Good evening, our brother and sister, our beloved pastor. Welcome to class. Today, lesson 6:3, time management for leaders. How to become a steward of time and a manager of opportunity. Yeah, okay, this is our title today. Let's go with me. Look at Psalm chapter 90, verse 12. So teach us to number of our days, that we may present to thee a heart of wisdom. And let the favor of the Lord our God be upon us, and do confirm for us the work of our hands. Yes, confirm the work of our hands. All leaders agree that one of the most important thing is their lives, is time. Most admit that they do not manage their time as well as they should. Leaders have so much to do that they sometimes fail to respond with purpose and react reflexively to what happens. They are busy with too much. As one leader put it, God put us on earth to accomplish a few things. I will never die because of the work that remains. What is the basic facts about time management? First of all, we all waste time. Do you agree? Many times, many. Almost all, we waste the time. Think about how to manage your times. And then we cannot change time. Yes, of course. We cannot even stop the time. We cannot change the time. We must accept that time is the most important resource for mankind. But sometimes we ignorance about the times. We sometimes do not understand about how much the time is of value. We cannot do anything to increase the amount of time. We cannot reduce our time. We cannot increase our times. The complete that best describe the nature of a modern life is if only I had more times. No, God gave us a time as a present. So today is a present. This is a free gift. We have to well manage this wonderful present as a times. We are only steward of times. We can do anything, but we cannot do everything. We all have a tendency to procrastinate. We all have the tendency to procrastinate. Management consultant Peter Drucker, he said, nothing demonstrates more effective management than a careful use of time. There is an interesting paradox. Interesting paradox. What? That we face today in primitive time, no one had a clock, but everyone had a time. In modern society, everyone has a clock, but no one has time. Why is it that we have a less time even though we have access to information faster than ever before? Why is it that we have less time even with the advancement in technology? It is simple. We are adding more information and more activities to our life. The increasing expectation over productivity and the rapid pace of life in this day and age are exhausting leaders. Some reason why you may not be able to manage your times. Technical ignorance. Work is out of place, more work is done than the allotted time. Inappropriate activity time, it does not match your energy and focus cycle. Work is complex and large in scale. External reality, difficulties in managing daily health, such as declining physical strength. Transitional. There are many transitional situations that confuse us, such as marriage, divorce, the birth, death requirement, graduation, business, the mergers. Psychological disorder. We feel the anxious when we have nothing to do, so we keep filling our head with things. Therefore, we do not have time to think about the more fundamental issue, such as what we really want to do in life. Considerate, whether voluntarily or the involuntary, they are overly considerate of others in order to be recognized and treated as a useful people. This can be more harmful than beneficial because of their inability to say no. Trying to be perfect, perfectionistic, trying to do everything to the highest standard, while good time manager prioritize tasks based on the importance of each task. Proper advice on time. No? First, be conscious of times. The question is here. Am I conscious of how I use my time each day? How I use my time each day? Am I aware of wasted time? Think about it carefully. Time conscious, the leader are always conscious of time and how they use it. They manage each task in the light of the big picture, managing it in the context of the mission they are trying to accomplish it. They view time as a vital commodity. They know that time is far more valuable than money. Money can always be accumulated, but time can never be. Effective leaders do not waste time, but invest in the reward of God's kingdom. They act as if nothing is more valuable than the time given to us, given to me today. I will question, am I conscious of how I use my time each day? Once again, think about this. What time are you on the clock of life? If you convert 70 years of the life into 12 hours. If we are 20 years older, now you are in 8 a.m. If we are 25, 25 p.m. Maybe probably our student is more than 30 years old here. Okay, if we are 30s, 1:25 p.m. 44, 16 p.m. 45, 5, 34, 43 p.m. If you are 50, now your time is 6:50 p.m. If you are 60, already 10, 11 p.m. If you are 70, it's almost midnight. What is your time? If you don't carefully consider when, how, and how you use technology to save time, you will end up wasting a lot of time without achieving anything, according to Robert Roche. This is to the illusion about time. We will have more time in the future than we do now. No, this is a total mistake. We will be able to save time anyway. This is very impossible. You cannot save your time. No, like bank. There is no bank of time. You have to use your time is more effectively, more wisdom. In fact, the only time we have is now, no more. The older the prescription for wisdom, know thyself, is almost impossible for those who live a short life in which they will die. But every can follow a adage, know thy time, if they want to, and they can contribute properly and effectively. Create the personal weekly time management journal. Do you check your time usage? And what do you find when you do? Our days are like a suitcase of the same size. However, some people pack more into them than others, keeping a detailed record of how you spend your time is very important for your time management. Our tasks are endless, but our time is limited. Identify time waster and eliminate one each week. There are 5 major time thieves. Time thiever, the thief is took your times. First, interruption. Due to interruption, unwanted phone call, visitor who show up out of the blue, and procrastination. When we put off our work, event eventually control us. And change in priority, and poor planning, and waiting for an answer. This is the time thief in our life. There's many other things. What is a time thief? There's unable job definition, unnecessary meeting, overwork, lack of communication, equipment failure, unplanned boss, the formalism, and the conflicting the priority, low morale in the workplace. There's many blah blah blah. It's a mess the workplace, workspace, and unclear goal and perfectionism. Also, perfectionism also is very important. Is the cause of the waste of time. You cannot be the perfect. Do you love your life? Then don't waste the time. Life is made of time, according to Benjamin Franklin. And put value each activity. If you set goals that are not aligned with your value, you may achieve them, but you will never be satisfied. What is the core value? Love God with all your heart, mind, and strength. Love your neighbor as yourself. Change people's life and love humble. Be an excellent husband and father and build a healthy body. Strive for intellectual growth and love honestly and live honestly and value time and give to others. This is the list of a core value of life of people, surveyed by the Franklin to Corey in 1992. This is a list of core value: spouse, wife and husband, economic stability, health, children and family, religions and salvation. You list one by one. And there's many things core: enjoyment, self-control, and forgiveness, and tolerance, and beauty, and courage. There are 30 lists of the core value of the people. Okay, more carefully, you stop this video and read again. Though there are some things, something is more urgent and very important. Urgent and important matter. And something is urgent but not important. And also, there's things that important but not urgent. Also, some things, the activity neither urgent, not important. Neither urgent nor important. So, which one? You can choose with wisdom. Do you know the value of all the activity you perform each week? And 5, focus on result rather than activity. John chapter 17, verse 4, I glorified thee on the earth, having accomplished the work which thou hast given me to do. No, activity is not necessarily achievement. Don't measure your success by how busy you are. Many leaders pride themselves on being busy, but that's just a trophy for having people who take up their time and for being the responsible for many things. That's a false sense of accomplishment. Jesus never heard it, but he fulfilled the calling that his Father in heaven had given him. Jesus' goal was not to be busy, but to bear fruit. To bear fruit. Do you measure how busy or the productive you are each day? Understand the value of planning. Understand the value of planning. There are 5 common excuses for not making plans. I don't have time to plan. I really know what I have to do, so why take the time to plan? 3, planning doesn't work for me. There are so many interruptions along the way. 4, I feel trapped when I see a to-do list. 5, I don't know how to plan. Yeah, this is 5 common excuse for not making plan. How about you? No, planning often seems like a waste of time. Planning can seems like a lazy work. Leaders often want to be busy doing things, but every minute spent on planning can save the 10 minutes in execution. God is a God of order. Isaiah tells us that God planned the creation of the world. We know that Noah planned before he built the ark. Nehemiah planned before he and his fellow workers built the wall of Jerusalem. Planning is a part of effective leadership. To plan effectively, you must know what needs to be done. How does it need to be done? When does it need to be done? Where does it need to be done? And how quickly can it be done? We should know. Questions. Do you take the time to plan your daily routine? If so, why? If not, why? And discuss with the groups. 7. Focus on your agenda. The question is not, is your schedule full, but rather, what fills your schedules? The top leader must keep the most important thing, the most important the thing. No, you must help your team focus on the right agenda and not let it go astray. For example, one pastor in Canada does a great job of focusing on the right agenda. When he holds his monthly church meeting, he reminds the leader of the purpose of the meeting. Even though the meeting may be a business meeting, he begins by saying, "Friends, we are meeting tonight to win soul. Every decision we make must be a strength, this main agenda. Let's not get off tracks." And 8, that take responsible where you are given responsibility. According to John Maxwell, a leader can delegate anything except the responsibility. A leader should never pass his responsibility to someone else. When we do for others what they should be doing, they are stealing our time and energy. Keep these things in mind. First of all, decisions should be made at the lowest level possible. Second, don't let your staff bring you problems that they have no alternative. 3, empower them with the confidence that they can do the job without anyone else helping them. 4, follow the 80-20 rule of responsibility. Let others do the first 80% of the task. You finish the remaining 20%. No, this is take responsibility where you are given responsibility. What kind of leader am I? What kind of leader you are? Drop out. Leader who give up and fail to take responsibility. Avoider. Leader who make excuse for not taking responsibility. And blind holder. Leader who takes too long to give up and cannot take responsibility. Go all out. Leader who takes responsibility and put it into action. Where are you? Do you tend to take back responsibility after you were delegated it? Answer and discuss. 9, assess your energy level and temperament. Do you understand your temperament? Are you aware of your energy level? Ask yourself these questions. How much stress can I tolerate? How much rest do I need? How much time can I devote to work, socializing, and being the creative. When is the most productive time of day? When do I do administrative the work, and when do I do creative work? Number 10, develop a system that can simplify routine tasks and everything. Do you have a system for everything? Do you on a regular basis? We all have a regular task that we have to do each week. We need to find a systematic way to do those tasks creatively, the filling our time and the mind, develop a system for free our mind and give us time to do creative work. Pastors should have the filing system to organizing what they read to preparation for their sermon. No? And then when traveling, they carry a book with you to avoid waste of time due to delay. Develop a communication system to answer your phone call and deal with the mail in one go, no, one go, and whether you threw it away. Take action on it, or keep it. Find a place where you won't be interrupted. Here's your assignment. Make a list of the activity you do each week. Then create the most effective system you can for accomplishing those tasks. If you follow that system, your productivity will increase by up to 30%. Do you have a system for everything you do regularly? Some helpful guideline is here. Some helpful guidelines are here. Use a daily planner. Don't write on conspicuous paper, envelope, receipt, and clean up your desk. Clean up your desk frequently, so you don't waste the time looking for things. Also, make a fold clearly. My desk is here, is a mess, but I can easily find out. But if you make a folder, is clearly alphabetically, also is easy to find out. Don't waste your times. Don't respond to every phone call right away. Respond to non-urgent emails at your least productive times. Deal with a mail on a set date and set the priority for each day and distinguish between what you can and can't do. No, one thing is that I am very sorry. We have many students many students call me. No, I'm very sorry. I cannot pick up all your phone call because there's so many students call me. This is too much waste of time and sometimes disturb, sometimes waste of time. Just so you understand me, I apologize you and not pick up your phone. Sorry. 11. Do the task right the first time. Do the task right the first time. Aren't you doing things half-heartedly? You know, there is a wise saying, if you don't have time to do things right, when will you have time to do them again? If you decide to act on the priority, invest your time and do them well. Glorify God through excellent performance. According to the Colossians chapter 3:17 tell us, And whatever you do, whether in word or deed, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. See? Are you doing things half-heartedly or full-heartedly? Set a deadline for yourself. Set a deadline with confidence. Delay is my sin. It brings me nothing but sorrow. And it is worthless. I know I must stop it. In fact, I will do so tomorrow, according to Chuck Swindoll. Do I have a deadline for your work? Do you have your deadline for your work? Do I have a deadline for my work? Someone suggested that two things are needed to accomplish important tasks: a plan and a deadline. People work better when they are given a specific time by which they must complete the task. Leader, no, Leaders are no different. A deadline set in your schedule will tell you whether your work is progressing well or not. It will be the deadline, or not getting things getting things done. No, procrastinator are happy to accept interruption as an excuse to escape from a sense of obligation. Setting deadline is a good remedy for indecisiveness, and the procrastination. Once again, do I have a deadline for my work? 13. Delegate wisely. Do you often find yourself interfering after you have delegated? Finally, the great leader used their time wisely by delegating well. That does not mean that they dump tasks on others. Yes, that does not mean that they dump tasks on others. It means they look at who is best suited to each task. To do that, they must ask themselves, what are my strengths and priority? What are the strengths of my team members? What are exactly is the task that need to be done? Have I provided the people I delegated with the resource they need? Have I made clear to them the scope of their authority to make decisions? Lastly, review the list above. In which area are you doing the best? In which area do you need to grow more? Write down 2 areas you need to work on to become a better steward of your time. When will you start doing them? Please, my brother and sister, our beloved pastor, once again review this video and make well your time plan for the effective work. Thank you. May God bless you.